figures, including Lindsey Graham, saying that, look, when Iran recovers and becomes a different country, we're going to need them to be able to use their oil wealth in order to restore and to rebuild. So I think perhaps a little bit of a distance between the allies on that, but certainly it was spectacular. And the whole point is to try and prevent Iran from using this oil in order to support its military.
John, thank you for the report. Jonathan Savage, Fox News in London.
Tax time, drive time at Toyota Alphar, and your refund just became your new ride. Drive a new Tacoma for only $93 a month, a powerful Tundra for $207, Camry for $289, or a RAV4 for $249 a month. Hurry, these offers won't stick around. Visit us at 1625 West Interstate 2 in Pharr, shop at ToyotaAlphar.com, or call 956-815-2285. 815-2285.
Toyota Alphar, somos buena gente.
In the Rio Grande Valley, 18-wheeler traffic is heavier than anywhere else in Texas. So if you're involved in an accident, know that big insurance companies will not play fair because they only care about profits, not your health, not the costs you have incurred, and certainly not your pain and suffering. So if you're involved in an 18-wheeler accident, we will stop insurance companies from taking advantage of you. 1-800-CAR-CATCH.
The J. Gonzalez Law Firm, a force for justice.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
The Sergio Show. We're broadcasting from J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys HQ in Edinburgh, Texas. J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you, HQ in Edinburgh, Texas. Jesse with us again. Actually, we're with Jesse again on this Monday broadcast. That was a drive from Weslaco, man. That was traffic. Obviously, light. Either that or you were driving like...
Yeah, no, I mean...
Like a bat out of you-know-what.
Fortunately, this morning, the traffic was light.
Yeah.
As compared to other times. Sometimes I have to, thank God for GPS. Now you can detour and take other routes. They don't get you there as fast as if the traffic wasn't there, but at least you have other options than being stuck in stop and go traffic.
Oh yeah, there's so much construction
in that interchange.
Backs you up really bad. Daylight savings time. Did you feel it this morning? The change of the hour?
I changed my alarm on my phone from the real, I used to have that one.
Yeah.
And you wake up in the morning and it scares you, and that's not a good way to start your day. So now I have an alarm. I have a doorbell. Ding dong, ding dong. What's the problem with that is I don't have a doorbell in my house. There's no doorbells in hotels when I'm traveling. And when it goes off early in the morning,
it becomes part of your dream.
I'm like, someone's at the door. That's the first thought is they're at the door. I got to go get the door. And then I wake up and I realize it's my alarm. And it's like Groundhog Day because I've had that for like 6 months. And it scares me because I'm thinking, who's at the door?
Yeah.
No one's at the door. It's my phone, but it's so realistic. And when you're dreaming, it becomes part of your dream. And if it's a nightmare, it becomes part of your nightmare. It's just not a good thing to have. And I keep telling myself, change it.
Yeah.
Don't have a doorbell wake you up, but it's very effective, by the way.
You find yourself, since you're in the dream state, half asleep. Alaric, go get the front door.
Yeah.
Or even worse, you get up in your chones, you go open up the front door.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wait a second, I don't have a door.
But it's better in the ones that don't, they keep you in a dreamy state. They don't do their job.
It becomes part of it.
Because I've also done the really like gentle, And that doesn't work.
Oh no, that's
because you just stay.
No, you wind up. Yeah, you wind up in a paradise. You wind up like in a forest or on the beach. You know, just it's so soothing. The music, and then there's the other techno one.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, your dream, you wind up like on the dance floor. Some techno bar at night. Are you a deep sleeper? I mean, do you have trouble waking up in the morning?
It really just depends on what I was doing the night before. If I'm well rested.
How many hours do you need?
You know, in law school, this is when I figured it out. If I could get a solid 7 hours, I'd be more productive in terms of my studying and all that. But I can get by on 4.5, heavily caffeinated throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, but you can only do 4 hours a day so often. I mean, so many days in a row, and then your body just, you know, can't take it. But unless you nap during the day, but I don't nap during the day.
I was going to ask you that. You know, today is National Napping Day. So it's only appropriate that the day after they change the clocks and you lose an hour, well, it's National Napping Day. You don't nap at all? You don't feel sleepy midday or groggy where you can't function, you can't make decisions, you're not as sharp?
I just can't. I just feel like I'm wasting my day.
15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes.
I will say this, though. I'm a big believer that if you close your eyes for 10 minutes, and I learned this when I was in UT, it was Pan Am at the time. I was taking a biology class. And according to my professor, with the science I guess he had available with him at the time, and I haven't fact-checked that since, but apparently our eyes use up the most energy out of all our organs. Freddie might fact check that, you know, back at the station. But and so he says, look, the first thing that goes when you're tired and lack energy is your eyes. Your eyes will shut down because that's your body's way of saying, I got to get that energy. I got to preserve energy and get it back. And the quickest way to get back energy, according to this professor, was to close your eyes. And now there's other, you know, so-called experts that have said that if you do close your eyes for 10 minutes, whether you sleep or don't sleep, you just simply close your eyes. That right there is enough to give you the energy you need to get through whatever it is that you're doing. And so whenever I'm in a plane, if I'm not sleepy, I don't care. If I just want energy, I'll just close my eyes. And that tends to work really well for me.
You know, they say, I'm resting my eyes. I always thought that was an excuse for it. You know, let me take a nap. I'm resting my eye. Well, it's National Napping Day for me. Based on how I felt this morning at the actual time, which is 2:45 in the morning, not 3:45 as my clock said, I'm still trying to get it in gear. I just don't feel right this morning. I feel a little better than I did at
Black coffee.
Black coffee. This is my third cup. And Georgie, thank you. His coffee is always so delicious.
Thank you, George.
I don't put any extra sugar in it. But this is my third cup this morning, 2 at the station, and this one. Caffeine doesn't do anything for me. Nothing. So probably around midday when I run out of gas, go back to the truck and zonk out for about 10, 15 minutes. Go back inside. Jesse Gonzalez, we're live at J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you, HQ in Edinburgh, Texas. You hold grudges? You hold a grudge?
Historically, when I was younger, yes. As I've gotten older, Serge, I've realized through time, wisdom, that that's the worst thing to do as, you know, for yourself, you know, holding those grudges, and then that poison kind of eats you up inside. So, you know, I really believe in the concept of forgiveness, not for the person, but for yourself. But, you know, I also went to a seminar, Tony Robbins seminar, where he says, if you must be angry, okay, do it for 90 seconds. Do it for 2 minutes. Be as angry as you want to be, and then let it go. I guess there's some value in venting and losing it for that 1 minute or two. And so I tend to practice that as well. And it kind of works. You just kind of release that negative energy or whatever it is that you've got.
I was going to say, I'll give credit what credit is due. I believe that your Dallas Cowboy fandom has helped heal you, of giving you a sense of perspective, humility, and definitely don't hold a grudge. Get your anger out of the way. 2-minute commercial break. And just move on with your life. 30 plus years now, you've been conditioned by the Dallas Cowboys to just move on. I tell you this because today is National Get Over It Day as well. That's another thing that's on the calendar.
You know, if I was a national holiday, like if there was a bidding war for like, what holiday do you want to be? Right? Let's talk about this, because you talked about napping day, and now it's Get Over It Day.
You see.
So now they're overlapping on the same day.
See.
Imagine if these national holidays were people, and they knew what holiday they were, and they were competing for the most views or the most in terms of money spent on that particular day, you know, how festive that day was. I mean, obviously we know that Christmas is a great holiday, right? Thanksgiving is a great holiday.
Yes, sir.
Valentine's, with the money that people spend for dinners and roses. I mean, that dude can also pound his chest. But imagine if you're a person in your national nap day. That's who you are.
Yeah.
How terrible would that be? It's like, well, what are you? I'm National Nap Day. Get out of here. You know, the Valentine's person, the Thanksgiving. You don't belong in this room. You're a third-class citizen. Get out of here.
Well, now I feel like a third. I love National Napping Day. I think that's a great. Don't give me flowers.
Talk about the trash talking that would go on. Your what holiday? How did you get invited? Kind of like this Shield of America thing, where Mexico didn't get invited.
Yeah.
That holiday wouldn't get invited to those meetings where they would dictate what would happen.
I'm sorry, the Shield of America was dealing with drug trafficking. You don't want the narcos state Mexico invited to something, because then the narcos figure out what was going on.
Or Colombia or Brazil, for that matter.
You know, another national day today is National. Okay, take a guess. How old is Barbie? Like the doll, Barbie.
I'm gonna say 70 years old.
Pretty close. Yeah. But she looks 70 or what? No. Lots of plastic there. People say lots of plastic surgery. Lots of 67.
Wow. I was within 3 days.
On 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. If the price is right, man, I'd win that.
There we go. I'd say $1. I'd be winning. On this day at a toy fair up in New York, the creator took Barbie to convention. It took a long while for it to catch on. Ken was born 2 years later. So she likes younger men. So she's 67 and Ken is 65. So she's into younger men.
Wow. Okay.
You think the Barbie figure is like, you know how they say it's unrealistic and detrimental and little girls shouldn't be striving to, is there something to that? I mean,
well, you know, there could be. Because
she doesn't have the perfect figure.
No,
it's a plastic stick that looks like a stick.
It is. And, you know, sometimes being too skinny is not a good thing. Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is watch those World War II black and white videos of concentration camps.
Oh, my goodness.
How skinny do you want to be, right? Sometimes it's just unhealthy. So you've got to find a good balance, right? You don't want to be overweight because it's unhealthy. And they say that if you want to see sick people, go to the hospital and they're all pretty much obese, right? Because obesity causes all these other diseases or secondhand diseases. But so, yeah, you've got to find a balance. Exercise, good diet, all that good stuff.
It's a doll. It's a plastic stick. I don't. But
when was G.I. Joe born?
That's
what I want to know.
Freddie,
because eventually she dumped Ken for G.I. Joe.
She did. I missed that.
I mean, it's a good storyline, Serge.
Okay, well,
just go with me on this one.
There we go. That could be the next Barbie movie. They made a killing on the first one. So, whisper it to me, Freddie, if you find when G.I. Joe was born. Hey, we got about a minute and a half left. See, so what's going on with the crew?
Serge, we had a busy weekend, lots of accidents. We picked up an accident in George West. A lot of people don't know this, but we own 1-800 car crash throughout the state of Texas. You're anywhere in the state of Texas, whether it's Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, El Paso, Laredo, Corpus, whatever, and you dial 1-800 car crash, it'll ring in our headquarters here in Edinburgh, Texas. And because of technology today, our client, because it was a very severe accident involving an 18-wheeler, our client was in the hospital. We were communicating through his sister who called us, and eventually we were able to talk to him via telephone. And nowadays, if you can't make it to our office, even though we do have 6 very convenient locations across the valley, Rio Grande, McAllen, Edinburg, Westlaco, Harlingen, Brownsville, through DocuSign, we're able to do contracts via your smartphone or your iPad or your computer. And we were able to secure his case last night on a Sunday. And so, when we say 24/7, what we mean is that you can't predict when accidents happen. And so we just have to be ready, for that time, that plays, that moment when it does, and then be available to our clients to provide them with that help. And if we have to use the technology available to us today, then obviously we'll do that. But, all my clients have my number. That person immediately got my number. I texted that person immediately, and then obviously, saved his information on my phone. That way, when they text me or call me, I know who they are, and I'm able to help them out with whatever I can, because you want to be accessible. You want to be available to your clients at all times, because that's a big issue, having that communication.
The major takeaway, a reminder, you get to speak with Jesse. Something bad happens. God forbid something bad happens to you on the road. You need help. 1-800-CAR-CRASH. You will speak with Jesse. Jesse Gonzalez. Let's talk about it. All right, brother. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir.
Get some rest. Take a nap today. ¿Estás viejito like me? ¿Estás viejito?
I am.
Right.
I tell you.
The Sergio Show on Newstalk 710 KURV. This is KURV Edinburgh. Big thank you to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. And big thank you as well to South Texas Buick GMC and Lone Star National Bank.
I'm 4x.